Hello, welcome to update 5 of reading 11/22/63. For context, I'm reading this book for the first time and recording little updates in reading blocks, normally like 3 to 4 chapters. This does contain spoilers, so if that's not your vibe, please leave right now. He also takes a small mail-order English teaching test from the University of Oklahoma that he finds ridiculously easy, multiple choice questions that for us as the reader and Jake as being someone from 2011, coming back to the late 50s, early 60s, he finds it ridiculously easy. And just a small moment, but it really shows how out of place he is at this point in time. Then comes Dallas, and he hates it, and understandably so. The vibe is tense and hostile. He witnesses a man get shot outside a bar. His landlord is openly racist. And the whole place just feels wrong, and a stark contrast to what comes next. Because then Jake finds himself in the cute little town of Jody, a classic small town in Texas, football obsessed, welcoming, and this is where his life really starts to begin. He meets Deke and Mimi and lands a teaching job at the local high school in a diner called Al's Diner. Not the same Al, obviously, but, it's just one of those coincidences that make Jake really feel like he's in the right place. He starts becoming George Amberson for real. We also get a quick jump forward, an uncomfortable glimpse of Oswald's family, his brother and mother having an altercation in public, and it's massively uncomfortable, and it's just enough to remind us that the mission is still incoming. Chapter 13 leans hard into Jake building his life. He undertakes the school play of Mice and Men, which is a huge success, and he's fully part of the community from then on for real. And Mimi asks him to stay on full time in the English department, and also invites him to her and Deke's wedding. And later on in that conversation, she opens up that she has cancer. At the wedding reception, Jake meets Sadie, and it's honestly kind of perfect, and we fall in love with her immediately. She trips, and he catches her in a really, really cringy way. King puts it in the most wonderful language, and there's instant chemistry. And while the book says that Jake doesn't find it love at first sight, we know that it's the beginning of something, and it's really sweet. But the happiness doesn't last long. Mimi actually dies sooner than we expect, and Jake and Sadie plan a memorial together, bringing them closer. That evening, or an evening soon after, it's a high school football game evening, and Jake invites Sadie to come along as, really cementing herself as part of the faculty and showing solidarity in the community and part of the school. But it also brings one of the creepiest moments in this section, because whilst at the football game and everything is going great, suddenly the crowd starts chanting, "Jimla, Jimla, Jimla," and Jake freezes. And as the reader, you're like, what the hell's going on? And then we're reminded that that's what the yellow card man scowled at Jake when he first came through the rabbit hole in chapter 1 or 2, or whenever he first enters. And it's just one of those reminders that the yellow card man, something is going on there. We sort of get a vibe that he realizes Jake's from the future, so we suspect. And then at this football game, years later, late 50s, early 60s, the crowd is chanting that phrase that he called Jake. Very weird, really cool ending to that section.